Alright guys, welcome back to the Dawn of War 2 beta. This is a 3-on-3 game and it features myself over the left here as the Eldar, same handcraft world, and in the middle is KoMMoRaGH, a good buddy of mine who's been playing Tyranids a lot, and on the right here is Korbah from the Dowsanc forums where I post and so does KoMMoRaGH, and we all kind of hang out with a lot of other people. And this is our sort of arranged 3-on-3 team. We've used auto match, the find a game function on Dawn of War 2 beta to find our opponents. And yeah, I've officially titled our team the Dowsanc Demigods, if anybody is interested, just to be funny. Just one quick point is that Dowsanc is an alternative Dawn of War forum to the Relic News forums, which is the official forum. However, Relic News forums is generally a forum that most of the low-level players post on, and it's just general people that haven't really got very far into the game in terms of depth and strategy, in my opinion. Dowsanc, however, is where most of the skilled players post, and people that have been involved in the ESL and so forth throughout Dawn of War 1 and really have spent a lot of time perfecting their RTS game. Anyway, Korbah's lost as apothecary here, unfortunately, against the enemy Warp Spider Exarch. I'm not really going to commentate too much about what's going to go on this game, so unfortunately you guys will find this a bit confusing. I really just thought I'd post this video in order to make some general comments about the game and just have a bit of a rant. Hopefully you guys can enjoy a little bit of 3-on-3 action while this is happening. I mean, if you want to see what's going on, just try and pay attention to the minimap. I know it's on YouTube and it's very difficult to see, but all of the yellow is my allies, the blue is just stuff that's been captured by me, all my allies, and the red is enemy forces. Anyway, just to address a few issues, a lot of people have been asking me whether I like this game now that I've been playing it more, given that my first video was quite critical of the game and now I seem to have just been not making as many criticisms. Well, a lot of people have been asking me that, and I want to address that one straight away. First of all, I have been playing this game a lot. I am enjoying it just as much as I did when I started making that first video. My first video, you've got to understand that the criticism that I made was about the potential of the game. It's really about the potential of this game to satisfy people over a longer period of time and to be fun for a long period of time and to continue to provide interesting and relevant challenges. And that's what I haven't changed my mind on. It's the fact that this game is still lacking a lot of things in a lot of fundamental areas that can't just be changed by fixing a few simple stuff. In my opinion. Now, a lot of people have been saying, well, you know, don't be so critical, it's just a beta. Well, 2 points about that. First of all, of course it's a beta. That's why we're supposed to be so critical of the game. And second of all, some of the things that I've been critical of are things that can't really be changed very easily by Relic, because they are so fundamental to the game. But they could certainly give it a go, and I will take my hat off to them if they give it a go. So let me just talk about some of the very general and important things. By the way, I love this. This is KoMMoRaGH using his Revenant to tunnel under the ground. Very exciting stuff. But just to get back to my point, I think one of the core things that is wrong with this game in terms of one-on-one is that there is too much emphasis on the early game, and many of the experienced players that have got to the top of the ladder at the moment and are very well known. Very good players agree with me on this. The point is that the game is always decided by the first 1 or 2 little micro wars that you have. Other than that, the person that wins that first encounter will go on and dominate the map, and it'll just be plain sailing. He'll get to tier 2 quicker, he'll be able to afford the units that he needs, he'll have pressure on his opponent to try and capture the victory points, but he'll be waiting in cover when the opponent tries to do that. And it really results in games which last less than 10 minutes or less than 20 minutes. And it's not possible to make big, drastic comebacks. It's not possible to have a struggle for 30 minutes where the late game stuff is really important. Tier 3 is pretty much non-existent. It doesn't really matter if you get to Tier 3 because you tend to have already won by the time that Tier 3 becomes available. All the trumping stuff happens in Tier 2. I play Eldar a lot. I always get Warp Spiders or Wreck Lords at Tier 2, and that really wins the game for me. If I get to Tier 2 and my opponent's been at Tier 2 for a while, generally I can't really stop him. And that kind of stuff really hurts the game. You feel like the game only really holds your interest in terms of the mechanics for the first 5 to 10 minutes. And that's not what it should be like. In the original Dawn of War and Soulstorm, you could really watch games which sometimes went 30, 40, or even 50 minutes, where all the Uber units really came in, and a lot of stuff happened later in the game, and it kept your interest for a long period of time. That's very important, and that's something that Dawn of War 2 is missing right now, and that Relic seriously needs to fix. Now, what I'm going to be doing closer to the end of the beta is really compiling a lot of my opinions and opinions from other people, and I'll be posting very clear and cohesive videos explaining all of the problems and what needs to be done to fix them. I've got a blog page. I hate calling it a blog. It's called Vaul News. But I'll be posting some text, an article on that. I know that Korbah, who's playing in this particular 3-on-3 that you're watching, is responsible for the Dow Pro mod, which was a very popular mod. That's basically the original Dawn of War, but a modification on it, and all the balance issues, a lot of the balance issues in that game were changed to satisfy pro player expectations, and that became almost like the equivalent of Dota for Warcraft 3, except not as trivial as Dota. It's a game, sort of game within a game, but it's more it's more for the elites of Dawn of War, if I'm allowed to say that. Well, in fact, comparing it with Dota is kind of an unfair thing to Dow Pro. But anyway, the point is that Korbah, I think, is going to be lobbying Relic a little bit in terms of what needs to be done. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed in the user interface, in the Windows Live, just the general game lobby stuff. That's not really my department. I'll let Korbah lobby Relic on that one. But in terms of game mechanics and just some general issues with why this game will not be fun for a long period of time, I've pretty much covered the main stuff in this video. I'm just going to quickly go over a few other small issues. Just bring up my little text document to remind me. So yeah, did mention that Tier 2 and 3 are too easy to detect too. And often they don't really matter as much as Tier 1. The requisition system doesn't really work very more. The bases pretty much supply too much requisition. The points out in the field don't really supply enough. A few quick things that imbalance at the moment. Slugger boys with their wire ability, it stacks at the moment. It shouldn't stack. Orcs are very powerful at Tier 1 because of that. Salt Marines, when you've got two squads, as you saw in my previous video, would be against Eldar, too powerful. Warp Spider Exarch. I've been using Warp Spider Exarch lately, and you can see that I've been using them in this video. I know I said previously that I like the Farseer. I've now changed my mind to the Warp Spider Exarch. The reason why is because, first of all, if you've got decent micro, and I have built up a lot of decent micro from playing Warcraft 3 so much, if you've got decent micro, the Warp Spider Exarch is so hard to kill, and you can chase down enemy heroes very easily. You can get behind cover to kill enemy scout squads or whatever. He's still got an anti-vehicle weapon, the same as the Farseer in Tier 2. You don't have to spend too much resources on him at Tier 1 in terms of war gear, because he doesn't really need it that much. Instead, you can go to a quick Tier 2. He's got that mass unit teleport thing, so you can just grab a bunch of Banshees and just teleport them straight into combat without having to worry about suppression or whatever. And he's pretty much got some decent war gear. He's got an entanglement. He's just a great all-round hero, and he's got a lot of potential, and heroes with potential are generally the best in the long run once people work out how to play them. Apparently there is an upkeep system which prevents you from getting more upkeep the larger army you have, and that needs to go. That's something which is preventing less emphasis on the end game. It really sort of determines the game in a way that is less diverse. Bases shouldn't have so much static defense at home. I've mentioned that in a previous video. I don't think units and heroes should level up so quickly. That needs to be toned down a little bit. Anyway, I think that'll do. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos, and I hope that explains a few things for you. I'll be bringing some more stuff to you soon, but for now, just keep enjoying Dawn of War 2 if you're liking it.